besties. Okay, so we are back with the Townies by World Makeover 1 year later series. And honestly, I think this might be like one of my favorite worlds. Honestly, Sulani is just like, it's pretty. It's really, really, really pretty. The Sims are also really, really pretty. And honestly, my main issue with that entire pack is just like how dirty mermaids were done. But like, I don't have any complaints really about like the world too much. At least not in like the aesthetics of it. And obviously the Sims are just like really, really good. And so we start off in the hoapili. I want to say that's how you say that. I feel like I'm gonna butcher like everybody's last name again. And it is very much not intentional. I feel like that's how you say it, but like I'm unsure if that's how you say it. But it's basically a grandmother and her granddaughter, and they're just really pretty. And I always have a rule when it comes to like more cultural worlds and like cultural Sims that like, I don't know, like if they have like more Sulani-esque clothes, then I try to at least keep some sort of element of that in their outfit, but obviously like style it better because like I don't want them to look bad, but like I also want them to like keep that like really important aspects of their like life. So I always make sure to really keep their like traditional Sulani clothes whenever I can, and I really like to add flowers because I feel like flowers are like really important to like the Sulani Sims. And I know that Sulani is like heavily based off of Hawaii, but it's like not that technically because it's like a Sim world. So I imagine like they have like their own sort of cultural existence, and I imagine that flowers are like really important to like the Sulani people. So I really wanted to make sure that like I kept flowers wherever I could, especially with like hair and stuff. And I really wanted to keep Leah's like curly hair because I know I gave her curly hair for her like everyday outfit last year, but obviously I only did like the one outfit. So I wanted to make sure I had styles that were like down versions of like the bun, so that way I can like fully style her. Like I had a really good time actually. I really like how their outfits came out. I think this household was just really easy. Like both of them are just really, really easy to style. And they have such like interesting colors and stuff. And I really liked both of their outfits. Like I don't know, I kept it sort of a balance between like the traditional Sulani clothes that they'd like wear and like, I don't know, like my own style of CC. Like I really liked the balance and like finding the balance there. Move on to the ngata family. I feel like that's definitely not how you pronounce that. Which I am very, very sorry for, but like I really like this family too. I said it at the beginning, like I really like all the Sims in Sulani. I think they're very interesting, and I usually play with them a lot. And like in my own like playtime, I had like a chaos Sulani save where I put the lifespan down to like short lifespan, and I started with like one Sim, and we've just had like the most chaotic ride. But then the save file kind of got a little like glitchy, so like I had to like stop playing with it. But like I definitely heavily documented like all of the chaos that went down. Like it was very, very chaotic. And like that particular save file had like heavy ties to Makoa. So like Makoa is definitely like I think one of my favorites. Him and his daughter Nani are definitely like my favorite Sims, I think. But I also do really like Oleana. And I was finally able to like actually style her because I usually just give her everyday outfits. Like even in like my normal gameplay, I never really like take the time to like actually style her. So I was really happy that I got to do that. And I really appreciate her just like existing because like I really appreciate when the Sims team do like body representation well, because in like previous iterations of the Sims we had like almost no body representation. It was all very like skinny, usually like white. I'm thinking very much of like the Sims 2 where there was like 4 skin tones and like 2 body presets. Like it wasn't a good time. And I feel like the Sims 4, like with all its flaws, you know, because she is a little flawed, but like with all her flaws, I feel like we really have like a good Sim creation mode. Like creative Sim is beautiful. Like I really enjoy it. I would say even without CC, but like I would be lying because like I kind of need my skin details at the very least. But I think that like you can get so many different variations of Sims in the Sims 4 that I really enjoy it. I think it's like the best one so far. And obviously like Oleana represents like a more like square body shape, which we kind of haven't had in any of the worlds yet. They kind of still had more of a like I guess like a 2014 idea of like I don't know, like conventionally attractive body types back then. So like they still sort of kept it in that way. And I feel like this pack is when we really started getting more of like the diversity, I guess, in terms of like bodies and stuff. And I think definitely with like relationships and like dynamics and stuff too, because there's quite a lot of like adoptive kid / adoptive parent relationships. Like Layla is like basically she's like the stepmom to Tane, I believe. And I know Makoa's wife has a son, ? I never really know if that's their son. I feel like I should probably ramble about that when it's their time. But like I kind of always make him their son just to like keep things not weird, because you know how like the Sims 4 gets. Like they'll just like randomly roll like a relationship one day if I don't make them related, so I kind of have to do that. But like the dynamics are interesting. Like Leah and her grandma live together. Like I really appreciated Sulani for like what it was. Like I think there was a lot of really interesting Sims and like Sim dynamics, and that's like well before family dynamics and like romance dynamics were a thing. Honestly, this makeover really made me appreciate like this household in general. Normally like I see them, like I don't ever delete them because I think they're cool, but like I never really care too deeply about them, but like they're actually really nice. I really like the vibes. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like I care about them a little more after I gave them a makeover. Honestly, Tane is really just like easy because he's a kid. And I keep his little mohawk because I think that that's really cute. And he definitely looks like the type to have like a mohawk. And I just like change up a couple of his like little outfits. But like it's a kid, you know? Like it's not that deep. It's never really gonna like be super impactful, I think. Plus, I kind of low-key do my male Sims dirty, like, from birth, so I don't know, like, I'm never really that invested. Let me move on to the kahananui family. Hopefully that's also how you pronounce that. And I never remember like this couple's names. I just like I know them because like they always have like twin daughters for whatever reason in my save files. And my Sims always end up meeting them through like school and stuff. So like I know them. I just never really know them, but like I know them, you know? They always like show up. And they're adults, definitely both adults right now. So I wanted to make sure I gave them like their proper skin details because I don't think that I knew that they were adults last year, but I definitely wanted to like make the distinction now. And like see like they were like an adult couple with like no kids. Like I enjoyed the different dynamics that they brought to like the different households in Sulani. And honestly, Alika's like not super special to me. Like honestly, really truly, if I'm being completely honest, the only male sim that I like super care about in Sulani is Makoa. Like truly. I really don't care about any of the other ones. But there's a lot of female sims that I like, which is my bias. So what am I gonna do? But like Melee is so pretty, and like I really enjoyed giving her like the half black half gray swatch at first, but it's so unreliable, and I feel like it's time to break out the rant about improper half black half gray swatched hair. Like surely we can do something about this. Like surely there must be another way. Maybe like a little overlay or something that we could put onto like any hair. That would be great, like a universal overlay of sorts. I would really love that, so that way we wouldn't have to rely on them to like properly add that to things. I would just like a root overlay, like how a lot of CC creators have it. I don't know if that would be like possible on the official level. I'm assuming it would be, but you never really know. And that would be great, because then I don't have to worry about them like updating certain hairs to look right with like certain hair colors. You could just like apply the root overlay and then you could have like gray hair. Or you could also like not have gray hair. You could make it like one of the other swatches. I think that would be fun. I think that would be really fun and very useful, because then you wouldn't only have it as like an elder thing, you know? But like I really wanted to make sure I added flowers to Melee, because I made like a whole canon lore aspect that like Sulani Sims really like flowers, and like flowers are like really important to like their culture and stuff. So I really wanted to make sure that like formal wear and party wear, like the female Sims would have like some sort of flower. And I definitely wanted to make sure that everyone's like colors were very vibrant. There's definitely not any like black and white Sims in Sulani. I wanted to make sure that they all had like a lot of colors and like a lot of bright makeup and stuff, and definitely the flowers again. Because I just feel like Sulani is such a bright world with like lots of fun colors. I wanted like the Sims to reflect that. Let me get to my favorite households, the kealoha households, and truly Makoa is like my favorite sim. I said it earlier and I'm gonna say it again. And I had so many like cool hairs to give him, and I simply refuse to change this everyday outfit. Like, I can't envision him as anything else but that everyday outfit. It's just too iconic to me in this moment. And yeah, I try to keep like their traditional wear wherever I can. And I use quite a lot of like the island living assets because like they're not bad. I just wanted to add like either CC bottoms or like CC accessories just to like zhuzh it up a little bit more, you know, because it can be a little bit bland or just like outdated a little bit. I don't know when Island Living came out. I want to guess like 2016, 2017, maybe 2018. I don't actually know. Like I'm genuinely guessing here, but like that's not this year, you know. I feel like we've been getting into like the gilded age of Sims 4 cast content right now. Like basically on like with the onset of kits, I feel like that's when we really started like leveling up, perhaps even before, like with the paranormal stuff. Like those are good assets, you know, like that's good. They look good, they're really good quality. Even like the builds by is nice. And I just feel like a lot of like the older cast content just like can't keep up, you know. Really truly a little cast refresh would be very nice. I know that all the previous refreshes have been for like build by, which I guess I'm a bit biased. I mean, like I use build by, like don't get me wrong, like I play the game, like I build houses. I'm just like not great at it, but like I do use the things and I definitely appreciate like the additional swatches, do not get me wrong, but I like definitely stay in cast a lot more than I build things. So I am like a little bit biased, but I just feel like even if we don't get any like pack refreshes, because they don't typically tend to do that, like when they give us additional swatches for like things and build by, it's usually just like base game. I'm not even asking for like a pack refresh, like just the base game stuff, like a lot of the like tops and bottoms and like the hairs and stuff, like just like a full-on refresh of like the base game assets would be amazing. Because like those galaxy tights those galaxy tights, like when the game came out, it was so cool to have those because like galaxy tights were like the thing. Galaxy printed things were just like the thing in 2014, but it is so very far from that right now. Like I can't even remember the last time I've seen a galaxy themed anything. So if we can just like, I'm not saying take that out, but like surely we can see how outdated and a lot of like the assets are from base game, and just like just mix it up a little, you know, just give them a little refresh. They can stay the same, just like improve like the textures and stuff. That'd be great. That's really all I'm asking for. The hairs low-key need more than just like a texture fix. Like they just need some reworking. Some of them are fine. Some of them really do just need a texture refresh, but some of them are like god awful and have been for quite some time now. And like when the game first came out, we were literally just happy with anything. So we just kind of accepted anything because we didn't know like what better could look like. But now that we know what better can look like, it's like, please help them. Like they don't have to live like this. It's so bad. Like it's genuinely so bad. So yeah, I would definitely like the next little refresh of base game stuff to be like a cast refresh. It would be very nice. It would be very cool. And okay, so I should probably be talking about like the actual sim that I was giving a makeover to. And I gave Liliana like shorter hair because I got this really cool short hair from Sims Trouble. And it's so nice. And it comes with like a little flower add-on, which kind of like worked with my whole agenda. So like it was kind of perfect. And like I don't really like changing too much about anything. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in like other of like the townies makeover videos, but like the whole reason why I started this was to get townies that are the same as they are, but like they just look better. And like I know some people like to completely change townies, like that's fine. No shade to them. Like truly live your life, you know, like it's The Sims. But I mean not in like a racist way though. We gotta draw the line somewhere. But like, you know, like live your life. But I just like for my personal taste, I prefer townies that like look like what they're supposed to look like from the game, but they just look better, you know? So that's really the goal. So I never really want to alter any townie too much, because I want you to be able to like look at the sim and be like, yeah, that's this sim. They just have like custom content on and slight face alterations. Like Alexander Goth, like I'm sorry, there's no saving him. He kind of needed like serious plastic surgery. Like I could not save that man. But like Cassandra or like Bella, like I want them to look like whatever their current iteration in The Sims 4 looks like. And I love Nani so much. Like she's just like the cutest little toddler. And I got a bunch of these like little curly hairstyles for toddlers, and it was actually perfect timing because I was able to use them on her, and it was the best thing that I've done. And I've been using these little like catch lights. I guess that's what they're called. I think that's what they're called. I used to use them a while back. Granted, they were technically like a different swatch of them, but like I definitely used to use that particular one all the time. And then I kind of like fell out of love with it, but now I'm kind of like full swing back in, and I just think it like improves the Sims look a lot. Actually, it just makes them look better. I literally always make Dwayne Makoa and Liliana's son. I don't know if I make him Makoa's son, but I definitely make him Liliana's son. And I checked their like family bio, and I don't see anything in particular about whether he is or isn't related to them directly. But like he's in their households and he's a teenager, so it's like, why wouldn't he be related? Like clearly she's like an adopted mother to him, so like even if that is or isn't her kid, like why wouldn't you just set the family role, like the family relationship? I don't get it. But low-key, they don't really have a good track record with like remembering family ties when they make Sims. Like look at the land grabs. And we move on to like the mega mermaid households, and I definitely remember to put Pa'aka, I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name, in the household this time because I forgot him last time. And then I had to include him in like a 2-part not in world sim video. But he's definitely like where he belongs, and I had a lot of fun making the mermaids. I kind of always do. I never really changed too much about like them and their looks. I usually like change up the colors of like their tails and stuff, and like add on anything that like I've gotten like recently, but like I really didn't have to do much. And I was really happy with like where they were. I just had to like give them outfits. And I really wanted the mermaids formal wear to look really fancy, or have like mermaid tail dresses as like a hint or like a nod to them actually being mermaids. And I always make like their outfits their like tail color because I just think that's cool, and it makes sense that like they would be more drawn to clothes that like represent what their scales look like. So I always keep Neilani very yellow or orange, and I sort of like flip-flop back and forth between those two colors in terms of like her tail color and like her general color palette usually, because I don't know, she kind of gives me like goldfish, but like not in like the derogatory way where she's like dumb or like forgets things, quickly, but like in the like cutesy face way. Like she has like a really adorable sort of like rounded face, and she's a fish, so it kind of makes me instantly think goldfish. And I always try to make their makeup dynamic and like interesting and like tribal mermaid looking, if that makes sense. Like I want it to look like they mean something, you know. And Neilani and Paaka are both mermaids in like the traditional sense, and then the other two are like sirens because they're like the more like evil mermaids. And I always want to make Neilani look more like friendly and like inviting. And kahananui, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But like she's definitely straight up a siren, and I know that I've changed her face like a little bit, not like completely, because like you can look at her and see like that's who that is, but I've definitely changed it because like I don't know what they were going for. Like I know what they were going for, actually that's a lie. Like I know what they were going for with like her original face, but like it just didn't look good. And it's like, she's supposed to be a siren, like you can't have her out here looking crazy. She's supposed to be able to like drag people to like their deaths. Like surely she should look good. And I think the bangs really helps with like, she has like a square face shape, and I know that like bangs are supposed to help with square face shapes to like break up the shape, if that makes sense. And I always keep very like either black or like dark blue, because that feels very deep sea creature to me, because mermaids can like summon krakens and stuff to kill people. Like it kind of makes sense that she would have like that particular color scheme. But I know that when you're seeing this, the like life and death expansion pack has like already been released, but like at the time that I'm recording it, it's like a week out, I think, from actually being released. And just know that I know that ghosts have like a skill tree now, and I am livid actually. Because I think mermaids are much more of an occult than ghosts are. So it's like, why wouldn't mermaids have gotten a refresh prior to ghosts getting a full-on skill tree? And aliens too. Justice for those two. Plant sims need like actual justice, because they're not even considered an occult. They're considered more like a disease. So like justice for the plant sims first and foremost, but definitely skill tree justice for the aliens and the mermaids, because they don't deserve that. Like they're proper occults, and in previous Sims games like they were proper occults. So it's like, why did they get the short end of the stick? I think it's because they weren't their own like game pack, so like they had to sort of share resources with the rest of the expansion packs that they came with. But it really did them a disservice, because it made them not feel full, and it made like other occults feel much more full. Like vampires are amazing in The Sims 4, werewolves were amazing, I'm sure ghosts are gonna be amazing, but like mermaids and aliens are just not that. They just feel so shallow. Like they're nice to look at, but like they don't actually have much gameplay, and I think that's the issue. So I would definitely campaign for mermaids and aliens to get like the next skill trees. I love making like her fins and everything black. Like I just think it makes sense, you know? She is a siren, and this gives very siren to me. Like I feel like that's easily readable as siren. And then Yuko Benipo, he also had like basically this face, but like not as good. Like his original face is just not this good. Like this still gives fish in the way that Killamainu's gives fish, you know? And not that kind of fish, not the drag queen kind of fish, but like literal actual fish. Like they have very goldfish like eyes and very like square shaped faces, which for whatever reason schools fish. But I actually don't hate either of them, like made over. Like their faces how they are right now, like I actually really like them. And I think it definitely gives mermaid in a very literal way. And I also like to keep him with like black scales because I just think that makes sense. They're both supposed to be sirens, like I think the black just makes more sense. But I did give him a bit of a green with like a black tip because I just think that also looks cool. Because he has like this like kelpie thing, not kelpie like that, but like kelp net mesh thing around like his torso. Like I thought the green would be cool to add one to. Let me move on to Paka? Sure. And I really like Paka, and I felt really bad and I like forgot about him in the last iteration of these makeovers. But I really wanted to do him a little bit of justice. And I really like the new hair that I gave him actually. And it was so difficult finding a top that I actually liked to go with this like skirt thing for his formal wear. Because I didn't want to use any of the Island Living ones because I feel like I've used them on like every other male townie in this world already. But I just wanted something like slightly different, a bit more like casual while also still being formal. Honestly, I feel like Paka's really like chill, very casual, so I kept like their style very casual across like all outfits pretty much, because they just give me that vibe, you know, very much like casual with like a little bit of effort. Because I don't think I ever put him in like t-shirts or anything, but like they're very chill, I think. And I wanted to go for a red tail because I always keep him like kind of blue, and he's not supposed to be a siren, but like I just thought it was like a cool look, so like I kind of went with it. Like the red just looks really cool, and it's like vibrant. I'm thinking more like tropical fish than siren. And these screenshots, I love screenshots a lot actually. This is what I mean, like Sulani is a beautiful, beautiful world at like any time, day and night. It's so pretty, and I find myself like attempting to live there very often just because like of all like the swimmable water, and it reminds me of like The Sims 3 and their like island paradise thing. Like it's nice, it's really nice. The mermaids do deserve a little better.